on in. So today is super exciting for us. We get to record this cellist. We're going to approach this like I would do a really good acoustic guitar recording, and we're going to do a microphone shootout. I want to grab a whole bunch of condenser mics, and I want them to be very close to the proximity of one another. Everybody who's not doing anything, grab a wire, plug them into the bigger patch bay, the one that has 16, not the one that has 8. So put this on the stand first, and then screw the mic into it. So each of one of the tube mics that we're going to use comes with this little box like this that the microphone actually plugs into, and then your line would go here. And once it's cinched up, then we can tighten it here and then adjust it here. So this is something we don't talk about too much, but you notice how some of the stands have like the little tiny posts on them, and some of them have like full-size posts? So there's an adapter inside here. And a lot of microphones will come with this. It's a European standard to have these little guys. But if you look, there's a notch at the top of that screw and at the bottom of that screw that perfectly fits a nickel or a quarter. Like any piece of change in your pocket, we'll get that and tighten it or pull it off. Yeah? Yeah, take a look, man.
So what is this specialize in?
It's basically a Telefunken U47, like a vintage 47.
What's its polarity?
It's got a couple. So if we look, see right here, it'll do either omni or it'll do cardioid.
Can you do like 3 strokes?
This is the tech end of it.
No,
Yeah,
I'm also learning. I don't understand 90% of the words everyone's using, but I'll nod knowingly.
do.
You want it just facing out like this?
Yep. If you guys leave me,
Put it right there, buddy.
I gotta cross it both ways.
yeah.
Well, we're going to come at her from this angle here so that we're not in the way of that music stand. We're going to try to get them all clustered in the same spot. Yeah, these are what we'd use for vocals in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So we're between the guitar chapter and the vocal chapter. Right. So this is a great lesson to just segue in what timbres of microphones are going to do for you.
Nothing to see.
Yeah, this is what we do every day.
That's all right.
Keep it moving.
Cardioid's like pointing at her.
The figure 8 is the one that's on top, pointed down.
So read to me just the order of microphones. What's the first one?
The Sony C800G. The U47 is the next one.
The next one?
And then the 414 that's close up.
Yeah, the bottom row is the input, the top row is the output. Number 4, give it another click on number 4. Just because the waveforms are still pretty small. Okay, so let's start listening to these microphone timbres. That's a good sounding mic.
So you don't have to have like another instrument on the other side that matches its like frequency to fill the space.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it'll maintain its punchiness. But definitely, like the mid-range is very aggressive and it has a place. That would be perfect for a guitar or something that we wanted to have mid-range presence, but not to have the airy response of the vocal, you know? Another thing to consider when we're recording strings is the context we're going to record them in, right? For example, this is like a classical, but if we were using it for rock and roll, would we approach it the same way? You know? Because you could have you could want a different emotion if we're recording this for a rock and roll record. If you ever get into a situation like this where you're recording a long classical piece and they started off very quiet and you're like, oh, all right, all my microphone levels are fine. And then all of a sudden they start laying into it and you realize, oh, Jesus, my mic's too hot and it's starting to clip. Try to make a move between notes. Don't do it while they're playing a note. Hit save. Whenever they say cut and you hit pause or stop, save.